Hey guys, it is onion sowing time, so we are back out in our little seed room, seed shed, potting shed. I'm not sure what you would call it now. Anyway, it's where we're going to start seeds. So we are going to start all of our alliums, which we'll go through those. And we are going to, alliums are leeks, onions, garlic are also an allium, but what else am I doing? Onions, shallots, and like bunching onions or spring onion scallions. And then I also want to get my petunias started. I think I have yarrow in here as well. Some echinacea, yarrow. Oh, and two of my peppers, my Tabasco and my habanero, just because last year, well, my Tabasco never did, it got about that tall. I am overwintering it, and so far it is surviving, along with a habanero that I dug up last fall, and I was very careful. I sprayed off all the dirt and put it in fresh, brand new potting soil in a pot that had never been outside before, so I haven't had any bug problems, which is fantastic. Anyway, and then I wasn't gonna grow stock again, but then I was watching. Who was I watching? I was just watching her yesterday. Flower Hill Farm, I think. And she was saying that stock is a flower that even if you're not, it can get planted out a couple weeks before your last frost date, that it can survive frosts. So last year I started them way, way, way too early, like in January or something. And I waited until mid-May to actually plant them out, and by then they were just completely out of control and all wiggly wobbly. And so this year I want to try and start them now and get them planted out much sooner. So we're gonna get those started as well today. And then these are the guys that we just started yesterday, so there is nothing new happening under here, but of course I'm going to look. And our little lavenders did not wilt, the little ones that were already sticking up out of the ground, so that's awesome. And I don't expect to see another thing for probably at least a week and a half. But my heat mat is working. It's nice and warm under here. So, oh, I have that temperature thing. I'm going to see how warm the soil is. Oh, I probably needed to put a battery in this, didn't I? So I don't think it came with batteries. Nope. Okay, never mind. I need batteries. 4 AA's. I'm just going to bring it back with me so I remember. All right. Let's go over our alliums that we are planting. And then we will get some dirt in pots and some seeds in dirt. I've also rearranged my little thing here, my temporary potting bench, so I don't have to bend over to access it. All right. And I can have my dirt right up next to me, which is awesome. So we are going to be doing a whole bunch of onions. And some shallots. Oh, I'm not doing them there. Okay, I thought I was doing 2 different kinds of leeks, but I'm not. All right, so start with our leeks. We are going to be doing the Caratan leeks. This is an heirloom originally grown in Europe, becoming increasingly hard to find, prized for its hardy resilience to cold and 2-inch wide stalks, yields approximately 30% more than standard leek varieties. Start indoors 8 to 10 weeks before last frost. We are further out than that, but it's okay. I'm okay to plant these early. And then our shallots, we're going to do Zebrun shallot and Ed's red shallot. This is the one I'm most excited for. The lady that I watched planted these last year, she actually planted both of them varieties, and these were huge for her. So I definitely want to try them. And these are the ones that the Snake River Seed Cooperative, so it's a local company, so they should grow really well here. All right, those are the shallots. And then I'm going to do 3 different red onions. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but Rosa di Milano. And these are excellent Italian heirloom variety. Flat heart-shaped rosy pink, good storage good storage onion with a hint of hot spice. Perfect for northern latitudes. Latitudes? Yes. And then we're going to do red Geneva. It's a cipollini type onion, so it's going to be smaller. Does great in hot and dry weather, but also excels in damp and cool conditions. Excellent for braiding. And then red Weathersfield. This is dark red onion, unmatched flavor. Flattened purple globes. All right, so that's the reds. And then our onions, we are going to do a sweet white Spanish, the Aisle Craig, which is a Scottish onion, and they grow to 1 to 2 pounds. So these are big, can be big onions. Walla Wallas, which they're a very sweet onion. They grow great here. Also can be quite large. Not great for storage. And then this guy just looked really fun. Flask-shaped orbs wrapped in a pale straw-colored skin. Flavor is divine. Good storage onion. So those are all the onions. So let's get started. All right, first thing first, I'm going to get this dirt a little more damp because this is stuff that was at the bottom from what we were doing yesterday, so it did not get very wet. And I need to grab some gloves to mix it up with. Once again, we want it to hold together, but not be dripping. So that should be perfect. Well, unfortunately, I did not bring my phone out here with me or my iPad, so I don't actually know how many of these I'm supposed to be planting. The beauty of planting onions, though, well, and actually any of these alliums, is that you plant them very heavily, which I'll show you here in a minute. So, and then you can tease them apart when you actually transplant them to go into the ground. So I'll just put a lot of seeds in them and we will plant what we need to plant when we figure it out. I'm definitely going to need to get more soil, which I knew I would, but I wasn't sure how far each of these bags would go. All right. We have our tray all ready here. First one. So I'll actually put all these tags over here. I'm thinking I should write out my tags first before I get too crazy here. All right, I think if I do I end up with like six or seven onions in each of these. Oh, 6 would be 36 onions per little guy here. And I know some of these I intended to plant more than that. Like, I want to say that the one that's a storage onion. You know what? I should just go get my phone. Ugh. Okay, I'm just going to go get my phone and make my life easier. My phone. So let's go to the planner. All right, 30 Ace Lecrae, 68 Globo, 30 of the Sweet White Spanish, 40 Walla Walla, 24 Red Geneva, 24 Red Weathersfield, 40 Rosso di Milano. All right. 6 garlic chives. Why don't I have garlic chives in this mixture? Oh, I don't have any of my shallots in here. I can continue thinking. So, of course, I said 40 Walla Wallas. So let's start with those. I think I said 68 Globos, but. All right, so 40. Let me see. Let's see what these guys look like. They're a pretty good sized seed. But I think I could pretty easily put 7 or 8 in each one. And then hopefully that gives me, germination of 6 or at least 6 in each one. All right, let's go back here. Open plan. The only problem with this program is that it can take a very long time to load for some reason. All right, so I'm going to do one whole one of these packs, 6 packs. Let me actually show you what I'm doing down here of Walla Wallas. And hopefully that will be enough. I should actually not fill these quite so full. So I can put soil on top of them. And the cool thing about onions is their roots are very fibrous, and so you can actually be fairly rough with them to get them all teased apart, and they tease apart really easily. So it's great because then you can plant a whole lot of them in a very small space like this, and yeah, just you don't have to use as much space up for your seed starting, which is amazing. Okay, I know I just did way more than. All right. That is our Walla Wallas. Let's give them a little covering of soil, and we'll water everything once we are finished. All right, that is our Walla Wallas. All right, now I have them in pictures, so I don't have to keep waiting for things to load. So we have our Walla Wallas done. Let's do Globo. We need 68. So I'm going to do, I guess, 2 whole trays of this. Yeah. The reason I'm doing so many is I would love to actually have a year's worth of onions from the garden this year. And I didn't try for that last year. I wasn't, like, that wasn't my goal. And of course we didn't. We still do have some left over that we are working our way through, but I think maybe only 10 or so more left. So not even close to a year's worth. And I don't actually remember how many I planted last year. Of course I don't. Okay, I think we have far too many seeds. But I can always thin this out if it's ridiculously packed once they all come up. I'd rather thin than not have enough. This guy's covered up. All right. That side is done. Moving on to this side. All right, Ace Craig, we are doing 30, so we will just do one guy here. And I actually have, the reason I know how many I want is I have laid them out in my garden plan, and it tells me how many I have planned for. Just love this garden planner. Oh, I don't think I've mentioned, it's Territorial Seed is the company who does the garden planner. They sell seeds and stuff as well. And actually, I think I got some seeds from them, maybe? I can't remember now. But their planner, it's all web-based, so it's not an app or anything, and there is a charge for it, but it's pretty inexpensive. And I just love it. I just think it's amazing. All right, I am just going to keep going with all of my onions, and I will bring you guys back once I start doing some of the other flowers, not, what are these called again? Alliums. So I'll see you back in just a little bit. I have finished all of the alliums except for the garlic chives, which somehow I don't have them out here with me. But I did leave, there's 3 cells in one of these 6-packs that weren't used, and I don't want to put flowers in them because they'll have very different germination rates. So just next time I come out here, I'll bring those seeds and put those in those little holes. So let's see. So I talked about the stock that we're going to do. This is just a mixture. And then I want to do some just plain blue lobelia. We planted that mix that has like the white and pink and like burgundy color. And then I'm going to do this Super Bellissima Cernise Triumph mix. These are so pretty. I just loved them. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then, like I said, we're going to do some echinacea. And then the petunias that I planted last year actually had seeds. I don't know if they're going to like come back as they are, but I collected the seeds, so I have white, purple, and pink petunias in here, and those are just standard petunias, but they grew amazing. And then I'm going to do this Colorado mix yarrow, and this is the other one I'm very excited about, Super Bissima Cosmic Cherry. And this is the one that supposedly, it's edible and supposedly tastes like cherry a little bit. That I'm doubtful, but it's really a pretty gorgeous flower. And then we have our Tabasco peppers and our habanero. I thought I had gotten Tabasco peppers from the tobacco, or not the tobacco. No, we're not buying tobacco seeds. The other pepper seed guy, but because Reimer seeds didn't germinate very well for me last year, but oh well. Okay, let's get started here. These guys are going to take a while to germinate, so I don't want to put them in here. Some of these, the stalk won't take super long, I don't think. Oh, 7 to 20. Okay. But I think I will go ahead and put them in this onion tray as well, because the reason that I don't want to put unlike things with unlike things in a tray is because they will probably all have really different germination times. And once they germinate, you want to take the humidity domes off them. But if, you're still waiting for something to germinate that hasn't yet because, and everything else is up, it's just, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go for it with, I'm going to do the stalk and I think I'm going to put the echinacea. 10 to 20 days. Yeah. I'll put the stalk and echinacea. Well, yeah, I guess I want to do that many. Let me check. I think I actually do have how many echinacea I want. 10. All right. So yes, I need to do a whole tray of that. Okay. No problem. Let's do it. I actually didn't think that I had any more of these echinacea seeds, because I thought that I remembered getting really upset with the fact that none of them had germinated, and I just threw a whole bunch of them, the rest of them, in one of these containers, and then just sat them outside, and then they germinated, I don't know, weeks later, but apparently not. Anyway, let's see. It doesn't say how deep. Alright, well, we'll just give them a nice little hole. And once again, I am just putting 2 seeds in each corner of these little guys. And I'll just separate them once they need to be separated. I know it would probably be better just to plant them one per tray, but because then I wouldn't have to transplant them probably, but that's okay. Alright. And then the stalk I wasn't planning to plant at all, so I will just, I actually don't have very many of these left. So maybe I will just plant them all. There's one left down the very bottom of this. There we go. should still plant this one. All right. What are we going to put in there? Shall we do these guys? Let's do these guys. Okay, 4 Tabasco, 4 habanero. Oh, that's going to be the rest of my seeds. It looks like. Alright, I'm going to do 2 in each of these. We're going to be very heavy-handed with these guys. Alright, I put 4 seeds in each of those. Hopefully at least one of them will come up. Alright, let's get these guys all covered up with vermiculite. Seriously, I need to make myself a little shaker for this. This is a pain in the butt. But I didn't manage to make one for myself all last year either, so probably won't this year. Because I don't think of it until I'm out here actually doing it. Alright, get this guy watered in as well. I left the watering can full of water in here last night so it could warm up. And the ice was all gone at least. It's still quite cold though. And once these guys are up and going pretty good, I will bottom water. But since they are all just little bitty seeds right now, and they need wet on top of them. Actually, I'm going to need enough more humidity domes. This is my last one for this size tray. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to do the garlic chives will go into these 3 empty cells right there. And on the shelf it goes. I also only have 2 heat mats, so I might turn them sideways and try and cover at least parts of every tray. So I guess I should order more of those as well. Alright, I think that should be enough for the rest that we have. I do need to open a new thing of dirt. I don't know why I like wearing the gloves to mix the dirt, but I don't like wearing them to put the dirt in the trays. I'm handling it just as much. Oh well. bring a towel in here. I love this kombucha. It's GT's Synergy Raw Kombucha Cosmic Cranberry. Oh, so good. Let me see. Let's start with the lobelias. I don't even know how much seed I have left in here. These things are so microscopic. Here's the rest of these guys. Oh, labels. Labels. Right, and those are the guys that don't get covered with anything. These guys are teeny tiny too. Let's see what this says. Yeah, so whopping 7 inches across the flower head bloom. They're huge. Surface sow. Surface sow. All right. Let's see if I can get my hands completely clean here. I believe, hopefully, well, these all are supposed to all be heirloom, which means I should be able to save seed from them, but the other Superbissima didn't ever, it had no seed heads, not like the other petunias that I had. Gonna pat it down a little bit so they make definite contact with soil. Make sure I didn't pick any up on my finger. The petunias that I grew last year, I had very spotty germination for all of them, so cosmic. But hopefully I won't have to pot these up because these cells should be plenty big for them. Alright, and this is the other Superbissima. Smooth this out a bit. Alright, and then I have just yarrow and the other 3 petunias. I think I actually do have how much yarrow I wanted to plant. These seeds are teeny tiny. No, they look a little bit bigger. Well, I just realized that I hadn't recorded any of this last little bit. I planted my yarrow, which is also surface sown, and I did just the 4 corners again with these guys. These are kind of fun. I'm not sure if you can see from there. They actually are white seeds, so you can see them on top of the soil, which is kind of fun. Because every other seed I've sown that's been surface sown are dark. So, and then I did all of my ones that I seed saved from. So 2 white ones, a whole thing of purple, and a whole thing of pink. And I was saying I literally have thousands of seeds in there for each of these, because each of the little seed heads, which that was another thing, I had never seen a petunia seed head before, because prior to last year, I had always gotten my petunias like in a nursery or a big box store or whatever as a start. And most of those are hybrids, and so they don't, I don't know if they just don't have seed heads or I just never noticed them. But when my plant started making them last year, I was like, what are those? And then one of them had dried out, and I, knocked it, and seeds went spraying everywhere. And I was like, oh, that's what they are. Seed heads. I have no idea if these will even germinate, or if they will actually be white, pink, and purple, or if they will be completely different colors. It's really hard to say, because I don't know that they were heirloom seeds. I don't even remember what seed packets I got them from. But they did really well, and they were beautiful. So petunias are one of my favorite kind of bedding flowers to have. So I planted a lot of them. Very excited for these two Super Beesemas though.